Hey Henrik.
Hello, hello.
P90 what? P100 maybe? P98?
98. This is 100.
Looks good, no? Or what do you think?
I love it. I love the design. I was a bit skeptical for a red bracket, but I mean live it looks really good, and I love the glossy paint job.
Pictures do not make it justice, to be honest. Like, I feel like it's more orangey, interesting look. It looked a bit dull on the pictures before, you know. Fellow tennis nerds, I hope you are well. I'm here with Henrik, you know him already. We have been testing in different colorways. This is the retail cosmetic. Most hyped up racket since the Clash is here, and it's red. We previously called this the Python as the black prototype, but it's actually called the Defyer. For a while there was another working name, but now it's called the Defyer. The P98 is live today, as far as I understand, and the P100 will go live later in August. This is a racket built for spin and launch with a surprisingly plush feel. The P98 obviously has a smaller sweet spot but moves faster, while the P100 is more forgiving and powerful. These are the technologies involved: torque shaft for maximum energy transfer, airfoil bumper to increase swing speed, and SI3D for spin and contact feel. This racket is already used on tour by Kachanov, Korda, Kwame, Stearns, and Potapova, to name a few players. And let's not forget Arthur Ferry and Holger Rune. P98 and P100. These are the spin rackets of Wilson, the new spin line. It's been hyped for ages now. It's been on tour since I think August or something like that, summer last year. We've seen many pros, Kachanov, Korda, Tsitsipas. We've seen many players try these, play matches with these. Some are sticking to them. Kwame, the new French phenomenon, and many, many others. Especially on college level, it's a hugely popular racket in the black colorway. This one is a lot more feisty. When I saw it on pictures, I was like, oh no, what had they done? Sometimes that happens, and I feel like you also guys can be quite harsh on rackets when you haven't seen them up close. Today is the first time I actually see the retail cosmetic, thanks to Henrik, and I must say it looks a lot better in person. Actually, really nice.
Yeah,
what do you think?
Yeah, I really like the V-Core from Yonex, the red color, and they are pretty similar with the V-Core. Maybe a little bit more orange, but it looks really, really nice in hand, glossy as well. Everything about the details, they look really good, really nice design, and the red bumper and everything. So
yeah, this should be a bestseller. Also, partly from playability and partly from design and hype. It's a hype racket, right, for sure. If I start with the 98, which is a racket that has stolen many Aero 98 users, Wilson have obviously wanted to give contracts to good players, and that have switched from Aero 98s and similar rackets to this. This one is quite a different racket, I would say. It's not very much an Aero 98 2023 or VS. This is a pretty dampened racket, but it has some raw feel. Sweet spot not huge. I felt like both Henrik and I got to the conclusion, and I talked to other pro players as well, that you need weight. And in every college guy I've seen when I was traveling around LA, they added like quite a bunch of weight on the side. So the twist weight on the 98 feels like it needs to increase.
yep. Also swing weight.
Yes, because the swing weight is pretty low. When you play with it, it's a nice racket. It does a lot of things well. It's not an easy racket to use, I would say. I would say like the sweet spot is somewhat unforgiving for what it is. While I feel like the 100, and when we're getting to that one, is really forgiving and really nice in feel. So for me, it was pretty easy to say which one I prefer the most. However, I can see why people like this. It is like a demanding racket, but I can see that you can swing it really fast. Once you add the weight, you get a bit more stability. It has some power. It doesn't have the crazy explosive bounce of the Aero though.
No. The 98 for me was a little bit more powerful, spinful than the Blade, but in the Blade territory, so to say. Like a more effective blade.
Yes.
The P100, for me personally, it's much more user-friendly. I really like it a lot. Mm-hmm. It's good spin, good ball bite. It's like the forgiveness of the Wilson Ultra 100, but maybe the control of a Blade 100.
Yes.
Something like that. But it's pretty fast through the air, so it does spin good, slice good. This one was 322 strung swing weight.
Which is a nice, because it like, if it's 320-ish, it gives also the manufacturer the room of having some kind of quality control issue without it going above 330, because I feel for most amateur players, myself included, and I think you agree, we don't want to be in the 330 plus category. We want to be below 330 strung swing weights. 295 unstrung I think is kind of optimal. So that's important, and both these rackets were underneath that kind of spec range. That one easier to play straight out of the box, still good control. This one I felt like you need the weight, and it's exactly like Henrik said, this is more for a player maybe not transitioning from an arrow if they like that crazy explosive spin that it offers. It's more like, hey, I have a blade, and this I think is why they made it. It's guys coming from blade that want more. You know, we had Cacciano, we had Korda, we had Tsitsipas. They all tried and went to this racket for a while. I mean, Tsitsipas went back to blades, but they are staying with this racket because it's giving them a little bit more lift, a little bit more depth, but it's in the range of their kind of blades or H22 rackets.
Yeah. You don't sacrifice any control, but you get more spin and power.
Yeah. I would say you maybe sacrifice a little bit of directional control, but it's kind of worth it, you know? So you're a bit more dangerous. I think Korda talked about it in an interview on the Changeover podcast where he said like it took him a while to get used to it, but then he realized he was just a bit more dangerous with his like rally ball. Like his general ball was a bit more difficult for the opponent. And looking at how tennis has changed and how with the balls and everything and the explosivity of all the players and their physicality and their strength and the length of the rallies, I feel like, yeah, whatever you can get on your rally ball, take it, kind of. So yeah, I'm not sure which is my favorite 98 spin racket. I still probably will go back to the 98 Aero 2023. It's my personal fave. Out of these two, the 100 is my favorite. I really think that's an excellent racket, really good feel, nice comfort, easy to play. Pretty dampened, so good for the arm pretty much. I haven't noticed any issues with the arm. Could be the best 100 on the market. It's going to be tight competition though. The Pure Aero 100 is also good. The Extreme MP is also good. So these three rackets is very much based on your personal preference, you know. But they're all good rackets now, the 100 square inch spin rackets, I would say.
And I really like the grip shape of Wilson rackets.
Yes, 100% important to that flare. You don't get it anywhere else, right? So if you take a Yonex racket, which I think are bad offenders of grip shapes, they have no flare. Like, so a lot of players, when you're playing in the Wilson ecosystem, you may be a pro staff player or a blade player, you get used to this, and obviously the pros can get them customized, and you can as well if you're willing to pay for it. But for the average buyer and player, this is kind of like the best grip shape.
Yeah,
I would say
it sits really good in the hand, and
yes,
it's easy to find a good grip with it.
Yeah, and that's so important when you're playing tennis. So yeah, these are great rackets. I think you will like them. They won't be for everyone, but if you want to transition from a control racket like a blade to something a little bit more forgiving, a little bit more spin friendly, I think these red P rackets are excellent. So yeah, check them out. Let me know what you think. Beware that you might have to add some weight on the 98, but you can play this one straight out from the box.
Yeah. No modifications whatsoever.
And I think that string, which is the new Luxelon string, what do you think? Like with the 100, that was kind of a beautiful combination.
Really good combination. I tried it pretty early this year in a head speed racket, and I told you this one I think will be the new go-to for a lot of pro players instead of ALU power. Yeah,
it's a benchmark. It's kind of bridges a gap between 4G and all the power. Solid, crisp. Not too stiff.
Keeps tension pretty well.
Very good string, nice feel. Yeah. Also tried it in the 98, liked it also in the 98, but with the 100 I think it was a home run. So check out the P rackets, all the links in the description when they're out. It's been always a moving target. The launch date, it's been a delayed launch. They've had issues with the naming. There might be more models coming out, like 100L or something, I don't know. But these are the ones we've tried, and they are excellent rackets, with 100 being the easier one to use. And I think for most of you out there would be the choice to go for.
Yeah.
Thanks, Henrik. Have a nice day now, and
don't forget to play some tennis, or maybe buy some strawberries, because I think it's Wimbledon time.
It's Wimbledon time, strawberry time.
Yeah, strawberries.
And we can almost eat these, it looks like strawberries.